Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. And look, in boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Let me slide this over here. Let me tell y'all this right here. I like Edgar Berlanga. The only thing, right, that I notice about him that I wouldn't encourage is this shit about talking about how much money he has and calling people broke. Edgar Berlanga, man, he don't come from that. He ain't that kind of person, man. Yeah, he making good money over there with Eddie Hearn now. Looks like he's about to make a whole bunch of money fighting Canelo. But the only thing about Edgar Berlanga that I don't like is just seeing some of his recent tweets where he wants to call people bums and broke and shit like that. But I understand people on Twitter are horrible. They push your buttons and get under your skin. I get it. But at the end of the day, I still root for Edgar Berlanga. You know what I'm saying? Young guy, he got confidence, and you know he believes in himself, and that's great. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't think he's ready for Canelo. I don't. You look at Canelo, man. There's too much experience, man. I personally thought Jaime Munguia had a good chance to get in there and beat Canelo. And Jaime Munguia showed that, you know, he had all of the intangibles, you know, necessary to make the fight interesting, which he did. But ultimately, what led to his demise was just the experience of Canelo and, of course, Canelo's power and counter-punching ability and his IQ. Canelo, when he's inside that ring, he's always thinking. And when you get a guy who's just coming in trying to knock him out, that shit's just not going to work. And for those of you who are saying, okay, well, Hood Champion, why are you talking about Canelo and facing someone who just coming to knock him out and why that won't work? Well, I'm saying that because Jaime Munguia was trying. And Jaime Munguia, to me, would beat Berlanga with no problem. But Berlanga, he has in his mind, right? He has in his mind that he has freakish punching power. He has in his mind that every opponent that he fights knows that he can knock him out. And that every opponent he fights comes in the ring looking to just box and move because they don't want him to touch him. And I'm going to tell you right now, Canelo's not Quigley. You know what I'm saying? Canelo is a different type of animal. And you got to put respect on his name. And I don't think throwing a total of 487 punches in a fight is going to get the job done for a guy like Berlanga. Because he may have been able to throw 487 punches against other opponents and land 33%, 162 of them. But against Canelo, that's just not going to happen. What I personally think is going to happen is his punch output is going to be drastically reduced. And his punches landed are going to be drastically reduced as well. And you're going to see Edgar Berlanga get knocked out cold. Now, I'm not rooting for Canelo. I'm not rooting against Berlanga. I'm not rooting for Berlanga. I'm rooting against Canelo. I'm just giving you my opinion. Now, does Edgar Berlanga have a chance? I do think there's a chance there, but I just don't think he's ready. But there's always a chance because Canelo is not getting any younger. And he got hit with some shit by Jaime Munguia that I just think if he is in there and he's getting hit by those shots, I think Berlanga can be more consistent. I think Berlanga can make the fight really interesting. But this is the main difference too, man. Jaime Munguia had Eric Morales working with him, and then going into the Canelo fight, he had Freddie Roach. There's a lot of experience there, a lot of IQ there, a lot of things Freddie Roach was watching and was able to pick up on, and they were able to exploit some things. But you just saw what happened over the course of the fight. Jaime Munguia did what comes naturally to him, which is to fight. And that played right into Canelo's hands. I think if Jaime would have stayed boxing and being smart and combination punching, which is what he does, you know, Jaime Munguia, whether you hit him or not, he's throwing damn 8, 9, 10 punch combinations. And that created problems for Canelo. But with Edgar Berlanga, he's not that kind of fighter, people. He's not coming in there throwing 8, 9, 10 punch combinations. If you hit him, all he does is get mad and beats his chest. So to think Berlanga is going to come in here with his just right hand crazy. This man don't throw no other shots. He ain't really throwing no jabs, man. 487 punches, man. 209 of those are power shots. Yo, come on, man. Come on. I'm telling you, man. This is. I know Berlanga is ready, and part of me feels he should take the Canelo fight just because you may never get the opportunity again to fight someone like Canelo and make the kind of payday that he should make. I can't imagine Berlanga not making 15 million, maybe even 20 million. You may say, yo, hold your horses, Hood Champion. How in the world does he deserve a $15 million payday, $20 million payday? What has Berlanga done? Well, I'll put it to you this way. This man brings a whole island behind him. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people here stateside that are going to get behind him. The Puerto Ricans are going to get behind this fight. But even though Puerto Ricans aren't delusional, you know what I'm saying? Caribbean people aren't delusional. I think I can speak for that when I'm talking Caribbean people because I'm qualified. I ain't Puerto Rican, but goddamn that island blood run through my veins too. I'm going to tell you something about Caribbean people. Are you Trinidadian, Jamaican, Grenada, fucking Dominican Republic, man, Puerto Rico, whatever? People are not stupid. They're going to get there, they're going to support their man, but they're going to say, oh, he's in tough. Some will say he's going to lose, but they'll still support their man because they rep the flag. But I'm telling you right now, that's why Berlanga is going to get a huge payday because he's coming there. They're going to try to build this up as a Puerto Rico Mexican showdown. I think they're kind of reaching on that shit. But anyway, he is Puerto Rican. He's born in the United States. Puerto Rico is part of the United States. But, you know, he ain't Puerto Rican. Like, born and raised on the island and shit. But, you know, he pops Puerto Rican. I'm pretty sure he'd probably like me. Lived there as a kid back and forth. You know, similar shit like me. You know what I'm saying? So it makes you qualified and you identify big time with your culture, man. So I'm not trying to downplay that. But what I'm saying is, to make this a Puerto Rico-Mexico showdown, I mean, look, Berlanga ain't Suber Matias. You know what I'm saying? This ain't goddamn De La Hoya, Felix Trinidad. Matter of fact, this is De La Hoya Trinidad was reversed. An all Mexico-Puerto Rico showdown. They were giving De La Hoya flack for that shit. He's Mexican-American. He ain't a true Mexican. Mexicans were saying that. He ain't a true Mexican. They still tell him that shit because that's just how people are, man. Even I get told that shit, man. You know what I mean? Everything about me, culture-wise, my belly, everything, music, is Trinidad and Tobago. But, you know, you motherfuckers who are born and raised, they will tell you. You are of, but you are not from there. Even though I went there at school as a kid and all that shit. The bottom line, if you weren't born there, you can't claim it. But, you know, you're qualified, but, you know, you're not really. That's just how it is. They did De La Hoya the same way. They're going to do Berlanga the same way. So I understand the shit. But the bottom line is I'm not seeing it. No, the jab, that ain't going to work. Canelo's going to counter it. Trying to, the right hand, Canelo's going to slip counter it. Canelo's going to sit there, man, high guard, and I think he's going to walk him down. And I think Berlanga's going to throw shots off, and he's going to get discouraged when he sees that Canelo's picking him off with his high guard and countering him. And I think he's going to get knocked out cold because Berlanga has a tendency to keep his chin in the air. I'm just telling you, and he gets emotional in the ring. You watch, he gets emotional and wants to bite and fight and throw people down and do dumb shit. And he's going to get bloodied up. Anyway, I'll tell you right now, man, you know, all the right moves can be made when we talk about Edgar Berlanga, man, and having to go through elbow surgery and recover from that and getting back with his original trainer. And look, the right things have been done to set the stage for him to get in the ring with Canelo and put on, I think, a respectable performance. But I just don't think putting on a respectable performance is going to be enough to get him the victory. Just my opinion, man. He's not ready, man. Just too much experience. Matter of fact, while we're talking, it's just too much experience there, man. Let me show you something here. What is this shit? Okay, way too much experience that he's going up against. And I'm not saying he can't upset the apple cart. I mean, you know, anything's possible, you know, but I wouldn't put my money on it. But this is the issue. This is the issue right here. There you go. Okay. Oh, Canelito, right? Canelo Alvarez, 61 fights, 39 KOs. He has 2 losses, all right? Floyd Mayweather and then Bivol. And, again, those guys are just machines. Anyway, when you take a look at Canelo, and let's just look at the name of guys this guy's fought. Jaime Munguia would beat Berlanga. Jamel Charlo, Berlanga a little bit big. He may beat Berlanga. John Ryder, his time is over, but he would give Berlanga a tough fight because John Ryder wasn't going anywhere. Gennady Golovkin, in his prime, he beats Berlanga. Dmitry Bivol beats Berlanga. Caleb Plant right now, I think he beats Berlanga. Billy Joe Saunders, back in his prime, I think he would have beat Berlanga. Yildirim, Caleb Smith, Kovalev, Daniel Jacobs, Rocky Fielding, Golovkin again. Listen, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. in his prime. I just think all those guys, those names are rattled off. They beat Berlanga. So now again, you're talking about a guy, Canelo, who fought a whole lot of people. I didn't even go through half the goddamn list of fighters that he competed with. But this is him, Canelito, right? Now watch when I do this shit right here, right? Because I'm not hitting on Berlanga. I like Berlanga, man, but I'm just be real now. He ain't messing with no damn Canelo Alvarez. Now, when I type in Edgar Berlanga right here, right, and we get him, the chosen one, okay, well, he's the one who's been chosen to get his ass whipped. But that's what's going to happen. But he's going to get his payday and he's going to be set the rest of his life. This is him right here. 22 wins, 17 KOs. You know what I'm saying? 77% KO ratio. And, he's Puerto Rican and everything. His reach is 73 inches. He's 6'1". Canelo's about 5'8". His reach is 70 inches. So the reach isn't going to be that big of a deal in my opinion. I don't think Berlanga's in that 3-inch reach advantage is going to really play a significant role in the fight. But when you take a look at the guys who he's fought now, all right, just look at the names, man. A guy named McCrory, got him out there at 6. Quigley, decision in 12. Angulo, decision in 10. Steve Rolls, decision in 10. Marcelo Caceres, decision in 10. Demon Nicholson, decision in 10. Demond Nicholson. Then Sierra, he had a KO in the first round. So again, when you look at those names, who are they? Is what it is. But I would like to see him, go out there and keep fighting other guys, man, and building up his resume and really building up his name. I just think I think Eddie Hearn is forced to deliver big fights, and I think he's feeding Edgar Berlanga to Canelo. That's just my opinion, man. I think he's feeding them to him, and I think that's horrible that they're doing Edgar Berlanga like that. I'll be honest with you. When I sit here and take a look at this right here, let me reduce the size of this. When I take a look at this right here, I say, okay, Edgar Berlanga is ranked 9 as far as the ring racking stack. He's ranked at number 9. You know what? Let him fight. Maybe let him fight Munguia. Let him fight Bazignan. Let him fight Diego Pacheco. Fight Mbili. If he can beat a couple of those guys, well, then we got something to talk about here. Then we really got something to talk about. But to come now and just, look at Edgar Berlanga, who's ranked number 1 by the WBA over here in the far right corner. So he's the mandatory. Well, he's ranked number 1. Then he's ranked number 9 by the WBC. Then for the IBF, he's ranked number 4. And then for the WBO, he's ranked number 4. But to just see that he somehow ended up in the number 1 position by the WBA, I mean, we all know how that works. You know what I'm saying? And what's crazy is William Skull still showing as a mandatory to Canelo for the IBF. But the fact that it's being reported that Canelo and Berlanga is going to be scrapping, we already know the secret society is in full effect. Bottom line is, congrats to Berlanga for getting the opportunity. I think he should take it because he may never get the chance again. Make your money, man. He's been in boxing for a short period of time to make big money like that. He'll never have to fight again. at the same time, he's a prideful guy. He's not going to want to lose. So I'm pretty sure he's going to fight to the death, because that's exactly what's going to happen when he gets in there with Canelo. He's going to get his ass killed. Y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents. Anybody else, I give them a chance. I had to put them in there with that experience, man. And when you're young, you cocky, you arrogant, you're confident, and you feel like, yeah, I can go and beat all these guys, man. You're going to get, what's his name, Francisco Bajado. You're going to get Bajado, man. You're going to get David Reed against, Felix Tito Trinidad. You young guys out here want to go and just bang with these old wise owls. You're going to get, what's it, David Green, Alan Green, whatever, man, against the old piece of oak with Glenn Johnson. These young pups out here messing with these guys. Lonnie, whatever his name was, when he fought Sugar Ray Leonard. Sugar Ray Leonard, he was winning, but Sugar Ray Leonard damn near killed that dude. All I'm saying is these guys have been doing this for a while. They got tricks up their sleeves, man. And Canelo got a whole bunch in the repertoire. Leave Canelo alone, but I get it. He gonna get his money. They got Eddie Hearn got to deliver big fights. The Zone, Turkey on the Sheet, trying to get ready for bigger and better things to come. And they're feeding Berlanga to him, and he gonna lose. That's just you can't convince me otherwise that Berlanga beats Canelo. But if he does, I'll be the first one to say, outstanding. Didn't see that coming. I just don't see it happening. I don't see it. No way that he can beat him. No way. He just doesn't throw enough punches, man. And come through this 2 shots at a time. That shit ain't gonna work for Canelo. You gotta do him like Mayweather did him. Moving around, counter-punching, being slick. And that was a prime Canelo, but who was maybe a little inexperienced. But then you look at him now, got into with Bivol. Bivol had to throw combinations, had to make that man think, had to back him up. Munguia had success when he was throwing combinations, outworking him. That ain't Berlanga. Anyway, I'm done talking. In the breeze.